Hi, everybody. My name is Amanda Wilson, and I'm a cosmetologist. And people often ask me who cuts my hair, and I always tell them I cut my hair myself, and they have trouble believing this. So I've decided I'm going to make a video, and I'm going to show you how I cut my own hair. Hopefully this will help some people. Now, I don't want to replace your hairdresser because I'm sure your hairdresser does a great job. But if you ever get in a pinch and you need to try to give yourself a little touch up, especially with short hair, hopefully this can help you. And this will convince others that I do actually cut my own hair. Here I've set up everything that I'm going to need. I've got my my combs, my scissors, my razor, and my clippers. And as you can see, I'm videoing this myself too, so it may get a little interesting. I also have a bottle of water. I'm going to start out dry because I'm going to use the clippers on the back of my hair. As you can see, my hair has gotten pretty long through here, and it's starting to kick up when it touches my collar. Well, I'm trying to get myself snapped in here to protect my clothes from my hair because it will itch if I don't. All right, first I'm going to start out with my clipper, and I've used a number 4 guard, which is a 1/2 inch, and that's the length that I like the back of my hair. Some people don't want theirs as short, so you can use a higher 5, 6, 7, whatever thickness you want in the back, but I want mine pretty close. Sometimes I start up in here in my hair to leave this a little bit fringy in the back. But today I think I'm going to go ahead, since it's gotten so long, and I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of all of that hair back there. All right, get started. Oh, and I am sitting down, so hopefully I can be more still. So bear with me here. But I'm just going to start until I get to the curve of my head, and then I'm going to bring my clipper out straight up till I get to the curve of my head, and I'm going to go out again. And I just continue this across the back of my head. Now it's going to get to where I just kind of have to feel it in the back. And I'm just going to go back over it again a few times to make sure I didn't miss any spots. Okay. And I'm coming unsnapped again. I might have to loosen it a little bit so it doesn't keep popping. Okay, now. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm just going to get down to the bottom here and move my way up till I get to about to the top of my ear, and I'm going to start to curve it out. I know this is not an exact science, but it seems to work for me. And then I'm just going to kind of feel to make sure I don't have any long pieces. Okay, that feels about right. Now I'm going to do the same on my sides. I'm going to start here at my sideburns. I'm going to go up and curve out. Let's see, I will bend my ear down for this. I actually have a big mirror in front of me, so I can see what I'm doing much better. It helps when you don't have to look into the phone. Okay. You can see the difference here from this side. Okay, now I'm going to go to this side, start cleaning it up, work my way out. Okay, push my ear down. Okay, now you can see, show you the back. See how cleaned up I am. All right. I think that looks acceptable. Okay, I'm going to stop with that now. And I'm going to take my water bottle. And I'm going to spray my head now. It's easier to cut with the clippers when your hair's dry. So, but it's much better for your hair and for your scissors if you cut it wet. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay. Alrighty. Now, while I'm here, I'll go ahead. You can see how long my bangs are. They're going past my eyebrows. So I'm going to take my scissors. Don't ever hold your hair down like this. Always let your hair be free. Just comb it. Let it be loose. And then cut it right below where you want it to hang. Okay. It's a little hard to do. You want to close your eyes because you don't want to get hair in it, but I have to be able to see while I'm cutting. All right, still a little long, so I'm gonna take trim it a little bit more. And I'm leaving it a tad long. The reason is because I'm going to take my razor and I'm going to razor it a little bit so I don't have blunt bangs. I want them more wispy and natural looking. So I'm going to take some of this hair and I'm going to twist it, and I'm going to take my razor and lay it flat against the hair and just slide it down. And I'm going to do it again. And I'm going to take another piece and I'm going to twist it. And I'm going to slide it down and slide it down again. This has been used a few times, so it's not fresh blade. If it were a fresh blade, I wouldn't be laying it so flat against my hair because I'd probably cut the whole section off. But since it's a little bit duller, I can just kind of fringe it down a little bit. Let's see, got that section. And now I'm going to take this and twist it. Alrighty. Alright, and now I'll have more of a little bit of a wispy bang. If I don't think it's enough, I'll point cut into my bangs. Just to kind of... Alright, and I think today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to take my razor. Alright, let's see. I'm going to take my razor. And I'm going to slide it this way slightly to kind of give me a shorter piece here. And then I'm going to take this and just slide it this way slightly. In fact, I think I'll just lay it up against my head so it'll lean towards, yeah, having a little bit shorter piece there and a longer piece there. I like that. That's all right. I'm gonna wet behind my ears a little bit because I've got to get this hair behind my ears. This is the fun part, and I know this is will be the hardest for everybody. I've done it for so long that it's just kind of natural, but especially when you do this and you're trying to get it right, just take your clipper, lay it up against your head. I have to turn it on when I get it up against my head. And get it around like this. I don't do a lot of movement. I sit it up against my head and just roll it around my ear. The same here. Let's see. Oops. Okay. Wet behind this one a little bit. I'm going to pull it forward so any little hairs. All right. I'm going to lay it flat against my head. And then I'm going to come around that curve. Just lay it flat against my ear. Like I say, I've been doing this a long time, so I'm used to it. This will be something that you want to take a little extra time with because it can get tricky. And I will be honest, I have accidentally cut gaps into the sides of my head. My hair's pretty white, so a lot of times people don't actually notice that that I've done it because my scalp's white too. But now I'll take my comb and I'll go in there and I'll kind of lay my comb flat against my head. Okay, if I can do this. And then I will make sure there's no hair sticking out past that comb. Okay. Too deep. Okay. All right, now let's work on these little fringes on the side. I'm going to pull it all kind of towards the front. And as you can see, I'm going to have some longer pieces sticking out. And I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to slide up and cut them off. And the same thing here. Ooh, I better comb it first. Slide it up. And just cut anything that's sticking out past it. And then I'm going to take my scissors and just get any little tips that might be sticking out. All right, I'm going to take my comb and comb it this way. Hold my comb there for just a minute. All right. Anything that's sticking out past that. Just lay it up flat against my ear so I can tell. Okay, maybe you can see how I've done. Okay. I've still got a little bit of bulkiness here, so I'm going to take my razor and I'm just going to kind of take a little bit of that bulkiness out. And I'm just kind of laying this up against my head a little bit just to take a little bit of the bulkiness out. Okay. Like I say, this is not really sharp, so, you know, it's only going to take little bits of hair. If it was a brand new one now, it might take a chunk out, so be careful. All right, now I'm going to work around the perimeter of my hair. Okay, I'm going to work around the perimeter, wet it a little bit more. All right, I'll show you. This is all in the back is going to be by feel. But I can kind of give you some little tricks that I do that help me to be able to do this. All right. I usually will start about the center. I'll keep my fingers tight to my head and keep them angled. So you can see there. All right. I will keep them angled. Then I will lay my scissors up against my fingers. And I will cut anything that sticks out past my fingers. Okay. Then once I get that, I'll go to the next section and I'll do the same thing. I'll keep these fingers flat against my head, and then I can bring my fingers out as far as I want, and it will change, you know, it'll make my hair longer and shorter. If I want it closer, I'll pull it tighter. If I want it a little bit longer, then I'll pull them out this way so it'll angle my hair out. Okay. All right. So I cut that piece past. Now we'll go to the next section, and I'll do the same thing. Got my fingers close to my head. Then I've got them angled out. So I can, oops, let's see. I'm seeing a piece there I missed. Okay. All right, and I'm just going to keep bringing it on around. Out a little bit. There we go. Now I'm going to comb that back down. So that should blend better with the lower half of my hair that I've cut. All right, now I'm going to go back to my center where I started. Okay. Go back to my center where I started. Okay. Now I'm going to go this way. This way will be a little bit harder, especially if you're right-handed. So I have to tilt my hands this way instead of this way so I can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to go this way and cut up into my hair. Okay. Now. Believe me, if you have a big mirror in front of you, this is much easier than trying to stare into your phone. So if you see me looking off, I am looking into my big mirror so I can actually see what I'm doing. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go further up into the back of my hair. So I'm going to start back in my center. And then I'm going to work on these hairs up here. You can see about how much length I've got because I want my crown to be fuller. So now the comb that I'm using, I bought from Sally's Beauty Supply, and there's actually a ruler on the side of it, so you can tell how long or short that you want. I've done this for so long, of course, I know about exactly where I want it to be. But you want to measure yours probably until you get the hang of it, if you're going to attempt to do it yourself. All right, let me comb that down. All right, that looks a little long there. Yeah, I gotta Got a little tip sticking out. All right, now I'm going to work on this side. Go this way. Okay, I got all that there. I'm gonna and I'm more or less kind of, it's not directly up, it's kind of angled so it will blend to those sides. If I get it too high up to start with, I'm going to have a boxy look, and I want it to shape more to the roundness of my head. So I'm just kind of bringing it, that little bit of roundness there. Okay, my bangs fall. And to the roundness of my head. All right. All right, now I will go back. I'm going to start combing it all forward because I'm going to work on the top of my head now. And I'm going to start at my crown area, and I'm going to comb a section out. And I don't want it too short because I do want to leave some of the length on the top of my head. But now, let's see, that's about 3.5 inches on the top. And that's about where I like it. You can go, if you want it a little bit shorter, you can go to 3 inches. But I'm going to do about 3.5. If you want it longer, you can leave it longer. But you still want to blend it. Let it blend to your sides. Okay. And you can see all this length up here, and I'm going to cut it off. All right. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to blend the top into my bang. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to start on my side. And I'm going to let my bang drop, and whatever's sticking out past my bang, I'm going to trim it off. Same here in the center. I'll pull it out, let my bang drop, and then you see that tip there? That's what's going to come off. There we go. And then I'm going to come and do this side. Same thing. Pull it out, let my bang drop, and then whatever's sticking out past my bangs, okay, let it drop. All right, I'm still feeling a bulkiness here in the back, so I'm going to pull that back out, and I'm going to take off just a little bit more because I don't want a wad of hair back here in my back. Now, another thing I will do as I get through, just to make sure that everything kind of blends into the side, I'm going to take my razor and I'm just going to lightly, just lightly around the edges. Now don't dig into it, just like you're just combing your hair a little bit. And just run it around the edges just to kind of taper it in, but not cutting into my hair. Okay. I can run my fingers through it by feel and kind of tell if there's any spots that feel long or heavy. Yeah, definitely here I got a little bit more thickness. Of course, I have more hair going to this side, but I'm going to take a little bit more through here so I won't have a wad of hair bunching up. But after doing it a while, you can kind of tell where you've got too much hair or not enough hair, or you need to take some weight out. Okay. Okay, I think that's starting to feel pretty good. All right, I'm going to stop the video for just a minute, blow dry my hair, and I'll come back and then I'll style it for you, okay? All right, be right back. Okay, one thing that I didn't show you that I'm going to show you now. And hold on just a minute. I've got to get my glasses on so I can see my hairline. Excuse me just a minute. All righty. I'm going to get up close so I can see my hairline. There we go. And I'm going to trim my neck. All right. I just lay them flat against my head. It might help if you have somebody to help you with the back part. I've done this for so long that I'm used to doing it, so I've had a lot of practice. But to get it even in the back, you can kind of tell. Okay, all right, I think I've got it all like I want it, so I'm fixing to blow dry it, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. As you can see, I've blow dried my hair. I have to kind of blow dry it upside down because my hair is so baby fine that I would look like a little boy. But now I'm going to show you how I style my hair. Since mine is fine, I usually take a little bit of hairspray and just kind of work it through my hair a little bit. I don't want it to be too stiff or sticky, but I want to give it a base to hold on to when I do the curling iron. I give it a minute just to dry. Get it worked up all the way around. Okay. Run my fingers through it, dry it a little bit. All right, I have two curling irons here. As you can see, I got a 1/2 inch and then I got a 1/4 inch. I usually like to use the 1/2 inch because I don't really want curl. I just want to give some lift at the base, so I'll have some fullness to it. And I'm going to start at the back, and I'm going to take my curling iron and I'm going to slowly move it and turn it around until all the hair pops out. Okay, and I'm just going to follow the path up my head. Same thing. I'm going to clamp it, roll it, hold it, and then pull it. As you can see, it's just lifting the roots at my base. Same on the sides. I'm going to slowly turn so I round those ends, but I've got the lift at my base, so I'll have that fullness. And if it gets a little tight here, I can go to my smaller one, but that did pretty good. I just want a little bit of lift. All right, now I'm going to go to my next section. I'm going to lift it up, straight up. I'm going to put my roller there, or my curler, and start to bend it around slowly so I have my lift at my base. And I'm just going to follow it all the way around. So I'm just creating mostly lift, not really any curl. I'll just lightly do my bangs because I don't want my bangs to really be a part of that. And the same thing here. I'm just going to lift Okay. All right, I got to decide which direction this one goes. There we go. That. I'm going to get a little bit right here. Okay. Get this in the front. Bring it on down. Okay. All right, I think that's doing what I want it to do. If you can see that it starts to go limp a little bit, that's why I spray it to start with, because my hair is so fine, you can literally see it falling out. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and just kind of back comb through it. All right, not real heavy, just a couple times to create that lift. Get up here at my root a little bit. Okay, now, and then I'm just going to go back and kind of pick it. And pull, pick and pull. All right, let's see, I got a wild piece here. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to smooth it around again. Crazy one here too. I'm gonna have to use my smaller one for it. Okay. All right, back comb it a little more. There we go. And then just smooth. Blend my edges into the back of my hair, the sides of my hair. All right, bring out the spray. I'm gonna let it dry for just a minute. Okay, fan, fan, fan. All right, and then I'll go back and lift up any places where it looks like it has a dent in it, and get any hairs that might be sticking straight up. Pull it down. You want to make sure it's kind of even. You don't want your one side to be poofier than your other side. Take my hands and just kind of smooth over it. Get all them wild hairs that might be sticking straight out. Okay, you can see the back, the sides. Let me see if I can get this back for you. Ooh, 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 can't see, can't see. All right, let's see, side, side. I might need to work on that back a little bit because I can't. Guys, I wear glasses and I can't see without my glasses on, so I'm doing this by feel. But hopefully you can get an idea of what my hair looks like. Ooh. All right, now I'm backwards. There we go. Okay. All right, so all you people that don't believe that I cut my hair myself, well, you just watch me do it. So maybe you'll see now that I actually do cut my own hair. And I hope I've taught you a few little things about how to trim up your own hair if you need to. All right, guys, it was nice talking to you, and y'all have a great day. Bye-bye.